Hi, I'm Avatar Delta here. This is my main character on the Everquest. It is a dark elf wizard. I got some customized gear on and stuff and things. I'm going to be logging in and showing you some of the player housing today. It looks like I'm going to be loading into the plane of knowledge. Here's our new loading screens that they added to the game a couple years ago. I don't know where the audio is. It should have. There it is. There's the loading music. I like to play in third person. There's a bunch of different camera angles available. You get the first person view, but I like to see if things sneak up behind me so we can zoom in and zoom out in third person view and change our height. So I do have a direct teleport to the housing zone for my own house, but we're gonna go through the guild lobby and to the player housing area. Yes, every single time you zone there is a loading screen. I mean, that's not that bad. Games nowadays even still have loading screens between zones or fights. This is the guild hall, or not guild hall, guild lobby. Buffs are suspended here, so there's no tick down on your buffs. People like to gather right here for mass group buffs. They just AFK most of the day. There are two fast entries to the guild hall. There's this one which will take you immediately inside your guild hall. And this one was before House of Thule, which is just a one-room dealio. We're going to explore the other way to the guild hall, which is the neighborhood, which is where that player housing is at. It's down this hallway over here. We're going to go up to this NPC. Or do we just click on the gate? Alright, my plots. So we're going to tour my house first. And we're going to go to the neighborhood where my first house is, and then we're going to go to Amazon Storm Village, which is the guild neighborhood where anyone in the guild only can buy a house plot there. Look at the cute little vampire bat gargoyle thing. Isn't it super cute? They have cute little sayings at the bottom. Alright, so this is a void tear. It can take you from neighborhood to neighborhood without having to go back out there. This is a little flingamajigger that'll take you straight to your house if you would like. So we're going to go straight to mine. We're going to get flung there. So all this is a standard plot here. It just comes naked. You have to purchase it. And then there's in-game currency. This is the outside of my first house. It has some water feature. It's supposed to be an aqueduct, but I turned it sideways to make it look like, I don't know, maybe like an MC Escher thing. Silly, I know. We have fire and a skeleton. There's a couple trees, fog. I did like floating trees, so I do have some floating trees. Let me change the camera angle for you. So there are some floating trees around the property. I can take F10, which will remove the UI so you can better see the stuff and things. Yard pets. I think you can only have 3 yard pets. A mount and a mount hitch. This is a mechanic robo board that came with an expansion. A pond. Druid's Fire. I know I'm a wizard, but it's still teleport related. I do the teleport stuff and things. Alright, this is the exterior. We'll walk up to the door. Let me change my camera angle back out. We'll see if we can go in. Enter. Player housing was not a thing. People usually just gathered in certain zones to sell or trade. There was the Bazaar, the Nexus. Before the Plane of Knowledge came out in the Planar Power expansion, people would gather in the Nexus, which is where the I think the first expansion, Lucent, came out, and it had the Bazaar and things. So people hung out there and traded buffs and sold things. Before we had player housing, we had nowhere to store your collection. Let's go back to first person view so you can have a more interesting view of my humble abode. So there are numerous pets and stuff that I was able to place in the house, so they're all scurrying about. There was no limit on how many I could place in the house. This is my Mercenary. This is Thera's Thule. It's a portrait of Kazakh Thule's wife. So this is my library slash study slash arcane laboratory. It has all sorts of fascinating experiments and different devices I've picked up over my travels. I forgot to put that little guy hanging from the ceiling up there. I'm such a funny person. So each one of these things is a collectible, placeable item that I gathered out in the world somewhere and customized and placed here. The bookshelves, I think you can craft some of them. Ah, freaking werewolf. Get out, get out, get out. Let's wake up this little Drake and see if we can play with it. Where'd he go? I have way too many pets wandering and things wandering around my house. This is just one of my first houses that I ever did. Placing a different bunch of things. Alright, that's my study laboratory. This is the common room. I try to make like a ceiling herbarium kind of looking thing. I did buy a pub. Put a pub in. This is my counter where I eat my dinner. I have some trophies. Different things. This is a teleportation anchor. There are collectible in-game action figures, so they do different things. It's super cute. Oh, I didn't know you could change the armor on him. Look at that. That's so fancy. Ooh. That is a very big axe. Okay, anyway. This is my bedroom. There's a bunch of collectible plushies that were in the game, so I wanted to collect them and put them on display. But anyway, this is my bedroom. Oh, I just forged up something. This is a door which lets me teleport to my other house that I own, but we're not going to use that. We're going to go tour it the old-fashioned way. All right, let's leave and quit this place. If it'll let us leave. There's my rent screen, how much time's left on my house, how much I have to pay a day, in-game currency. All right. So this is a view of my house from afar with all my trees. I don't know who owns any of this stuff and things. What's this? I feel like I'm running slow. But I'm not. I'm a hoarder. This is all my stuff. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Alright, let's teleport back to the middle and go to the space-time tear, and we will go to our guild neighborhood. Let's go! Yes, I do own a bunch of different houses on a bunch of different characters. I'm not ashamed. They did change some player the housing, so some of them are free houses and no rent and upkeep and stuff and things. Some of the houses are collectibles from different expansions where if you pre-ordered you got a special house. So there are some of those. I think I only own one of them. A special one. I claimed it on my monk. It was a beehive. And then I will be showing off the guild hall too as soon as I'm done looking at some of my properties, that different things that other guildies have done to their houses. So there is, I guess, a map of the neighborhood here with little different. Fine. A bunch of little NPCs you can buy housing stuff and things from if you want to decorate. Crafting areas. You can also buy crafting areas to put in your house or guild hall. So this is one example of the beehive house that came with one of the expansions. The one I got, I put up there. It's massive inside. So let's see if we can run around and see some of these different houses. I don't know if I should actually run because this is a fairly big zone. Let me see if I can get a mount. Mount? Do I have mount? Do you have a mount? It has bongos on his bum. Dismount. I don't know who owns this one. You can click on it and find out. Oh, my ranger owns it. I don't think she has much stuff. There's a pirate ship house that came with an expansion. I got lost in there the last time I toured. I will not be giving in-depth tours of the different styles, but as you can see, we don't have that many people who want to live in this neighborhood. Let's run on to the next. Here's a tree. I believe it is a style of house as well from, I forget what expansion it was from, but this tree is a house of some kind. We'll not be going in that one because I'm going to tour one of the tree houses that I own and have. Or no, let's go in there and see what it's supposed to look like, or maybe if they haven't decorated as much as I have, that I heavily modified mine. So I do, let us do go in this one. It's very warm today, I'm sorry. I can't put music or anything on here because of DMCA, so I do realize that I'm going to upload this to the YouTubes to show different people the housing in this game. I wish I could do it on a live stream someday, maybe I will, on the Twitch. But I don't feel like getting on just to do a Twitch stream of. So here's the basic floor format right here. It's got one floor down here and a hallway that leads up to a second floor. Let's get off this mount. So it does have a fairly long climb to the second floor. And I'm only doing this as a tour so you can see what the basic layout looks like because I did heavily modify mine, like I said. So it does have quite a large ceiling. Alright, let's go back down here. Ah! It's just a mouse and keyboard. There is not a gamepad control that I don't have configured. If you can configure it, I don't know how. So they do have some portraits lined up. It does have some... Alright. There's the door. Let us leave. See, they don't have a rent on it. Like I said, some of the special houses are no rent, no upkeep, depending on how you buy them. Alright, let's summon another mount. I'm foraging on horseback. Yes, I know. That's ridiculous. Right. That looks like the guild hall right there. There is some player housing down here. This is an alt of mine right there with all the big trees and the big trees. And this is my other house. It is also a tree house. I tried to make it spoopy with all the different fog effects and different things. I don't know what I have a thing for burning skeletons, but I guess that I thought they were spooky, so we have some burning skeletons. Alright, let's go inside. It's going to look quite a bit different. I did modify it. They are placeable items. I made some floors and landings where there aren't supposed to be any.
Fortunately, I'm on PS4, so it's a bummer.
Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. So this is my treehouse. I do have way too much stuff and things. Let's go to another first-person view. And we'll take off the UI. So we have a nice big hearth here. Shield. Different collectibles placed around. An eatery hall. Different weapons and different fun things placed around. Here's the doorway from my other house that would take me directly in here. So as you can see, I did modify this. It does have some extra floors. Let's go up there and investigate. I'll give you a tour. So we're still on the base floor. I just added some things to give it more use of the space. So there's that. Up here we have some more little house pets and different things. Little glowy trees. I don't remember if I have anything up. Oh, I do have stuff up there, but I don't remember how to get up there. All right, Abby. How do you get up on your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth level? Yeah. Tricky. Are we there? Did we do it? All right. After floating and glitching through different things. It's not a glitch, it's a feature. It's a feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature. I believe that is the extent of whatever I modified my first level to. So let us float our graceful tushies down from the ceiling. Alright, and we will make our way to the second floor, which I also modified. I didn't do anything to the stairwell. There was nothing I could do to make it less of a climb. No neon lights or colors or any fun things. Put some torches up, apparently. Okay, here we have this fancy looking rug. I'm sure it was a pain in the ass to get. I don't remember anything about it. Here's a little bench so you can rest yourself after your long excursion of getting up the stairs. Here we go. So I did wall off a nice little room over here for sleeping, and there is a bed, a night table of some kind with a, I don't know what that is. Gotta have your study, you know, whatever book you're currently reading. A water feature, very nice. Look at that, so fancy. Kazakh Thule. We have, what have we put in here? More books. I must have had a thing with libraries and books. So I did make a staircase after a fashion here, I guess. More books. Look at this nice glowy blue platform. That looks fascinating. This looks like a way up to another level of some kind. What is this? What did I do? Abby, you're a crazy person. Alright, it looks like I put another bedroom of some kind up here. And even more. Looks like there's another bedroom. Excuse me. A fancy bed of some kind. That does look like a super fancy bed. Alright, I would definitely sleep in that bed, like a 4-poster bed. I don't know who hauled it all the way up here on this thing, but... Alright, that looks like the extent of some strange modifications that I made to this house. Alright, let's go down to the main floor and I will go show you the guild hall. Guild hall is accessible by every member. Anybody can come in here. They can't adjust the placement of my items or anything. They can visit if they would like. You can set permissions for different people to add and remove and change the location of your items in your house if you so wish to add people and permissions to do such a thing. I think I added some of my alt characters if they wanted to rearrange or store different items on some of my properties. Right, where is the guild hall? Up here. We do have levitate. I would take the path normally, but I did not. So I did have a small hand at decorating this thing too. I mean, if it looks a bit wacko, then yes. Yes, I did. We have some mounts hitched up here at the hitching post. Seven swans swimming from the Christmas event. So when you port in initially, I think, to this area, you get sent, or enter exit, you get sent right around this area here. This punting gnome, if you give him a kick, it'll send you to the beginning of the zone. Here is a nice Gazebo Arbola. We'll go up there momentarily. Oh, come on. So there are different trees that I guess I was excited about placing. So let's go look at this Arbola. Got a nice little fire pit, some benches. Now round back, I was sneaky. I don't think I designed this for tall people. I think I designed it for people that are shorter than. I don't think a troll or an ogre could get up here. I should have designed it better. But there. Now we're on top of the guild hall. Fancy that, huh? I put some platforms so people could adventure and get around to different places. I think as high as you can get is up here. I have a thing for playing Queen of the Mountain, okay? Alright, let's go take you down to ground level and we'll go inside. Loading, loading, loading. Let's just keep on loading. Load, load. Alright. Here is the entryway. There are a bunch of rooms in here. So this is a rejuvenation pool or whatnot. After you would wipe during a raid or whatever, if you all need to do rest and recover your hit points and mana after getting resurrected or between a corpse run or whatever, you would come here to this pool and you would regain health and mana faster. So there are 2 side wings down and 2 side wings up and a center chamber here. This is our center chamber. It is, let me switch back to first person view so you can see some detail of how many items are placed in this guild hall from our different members. We have a bunch of teleport anchors over here. The different people can port into their little bind spots in the guild hall. We got some bankers, personal and guild. We have some nice floating koi fish up there. I put those there. You're welcome, and you're sorry. Thought I had a boat somewhere. There may or may not be a boat floating. There it is. Floating boat. Okay, then we have the Parcel Service. If you wanted to mail stuff between you and another character, you would come use these things. You got your Tribute Masters here. Different teleportation things. You have your standard Guild Hall teleportation crystal. You would buy a reagent from this guy and plug it in there. Step on the platform if you weren't a wizard and needed to travel somewhere. I believe this central basement area is where we want to put up some of our crafting things. And some more weapons and decorations in different placements of things. So there's a loom, a kiln, pottery station, jewelry or tinkering, fletching, fishing, jewelry, one of these is alchemy, one of these is poison craft. I don't do either one of those, so I don't know. There's an ice cream bucket, a really big mixing bowl. This is the baking fire for anybody who does baking. Smithy, and a brewery. I do the brewing and the bakery, so I'm capped out on brewing. I can make some of these red things with different trophies and things. Here's my see. And then you can have AAs and increase it even farther. So you can create some of these fun things. These are very old recipes. There's much better recipes in the game now. Ah, there's a scorpion. Hello, Mr. Scorpion. How are you today? Alright, that is our crafting area. So this is the central hub. It did have some extra room up there too, so I invented another level. Ah! So over the years, there's many, many different things to collect for all the different events and things. What is this? Okay. So there is this area here as well. That I let me through. Um, didn't know what we were gonna do with this balcony area. It was just big and empty. Um, I think I invented some area for it too, with this fancy staircase. I'm all for making area that doesn't exist real. That looks fancy. A dresser maybe? Nice wine rack. Some really big plants. I don't know what we were doing with this area, to be honest. But down here is the throne room-ish area in the back of the guild hall. For the Queen of the Amazons to sit right there. There's this nice little worshipping area right here with some very interesting looking NPCs. And of course, pets everywhere. Little pumpkins, look at that. That's so cute, little pumpkins. I wonder who did that. Alright. So there's just a bunch of different little rooms down here for people to do with whatever they want. I don't know if different classes or we're having different rooms represent like druids or rangers or just people decorating different rooms. This looks like a brewing hall, like a nice place to get together after some violent conquest and celebrate. Got some beer mugs out there and available. I wonder who put that there. I don't remember. And then continuing around. Oh, well, hello, little guy. This looks like another feast hall of some kind. Many different people have put their items up in here. I do like that those arrangements. Those look very nice. I wonder where they got them all. That's a nice idea. Alright, there's a couple more rooms down here on the bottom level. Oh, look at this cute little skeleton. Hey, little guy. I don't know if this is someone's couch and man cave with their maybe scrying portal or television or whatever. I don't know. Looks like a fun little area. Oh, look at this little golem. Hello, little golem guy. Ugh. And this room is clearly filled with lots of death. Skeletons and skulls and different things. Some fog. Excuse me, fog. Apparently somehow we have a frog ghost. And that's it for this bottom floor. Back to the central throne room area. We'll go up back to the center common room. 10th year anniversary cake, it looks like that way. 20th year banners plastered around. I believe they made it to their 21st or 22nd year. I personally don't remember. I'm sorry, Everquest. Oh, look at that. Someone killed and mounted some sort of creature on a board. Those look fun. Not the easiest craft skill to mount heads on boards. I cannot do it. I don't remember if it was fletching or a barracks of some kind. Let's go down here. Practice dummies, combat dummies. So you can try out your spells and melee abilities on some practice dummies, it looks like. Some more collectible plushies. Some interesting snow effects going on in this room. I'm not so sure what all these stairs were for. But anyway, another use of some kind of space. Some sort of sculpture installation with lanterns. This is back at the entryway again. Oh, that's neat. I didn't remember that being there. Okay. Another head mounted. Nice little calm area. But there is... Ooh, look, a trophy. This nice little staircase over here for short people. Not good for trolls. Or tall people. I wonder who could have designed this staircase for short people. And we have a bowling alley. Look at that. Isn't that fancy? Nice little hangout spot for anybody who likes bowling. There we are. Get me out. Let me out. Let me out. Trapped in your own guild hall. Alright. There's just, I think, a couple more rooms. This looks like a barracks of some kind. A little bed setup for people to sleep. Yep, anyone's free here to put their items and collectibles they don't want clogging their bank up. Decorate the guild hall with their belongings. That's fine. Looks like some sort of library or study of some kind in here. I believe these books, or a lot of them, are collectible, individual books or scrolls or actual items. They have to go out into the world to collect. Okay. I think that ends a tour of the guild hall. I do know of a room that is in here that is not a room in here that is not on the map, but is in the guild hall. And I don't know if it's my secondary bind point or my guild hall bind point. So I will do a teleport spell and take us there and see if I can find this room that is in here that is not in here. Oh, yes. It is the guild port. There is a secret room hidden off the map. We're off the map. So here's the map of the guild hall. And we're not on it. So we're actually in a bugged out place. You can't really get out from in here unless you're a wizard or you origin out. So it's like the headmaster's secret lair. I'm not a headmaster, but I did put this in here. I don't know if you can interact with any of these. I think we're bugged beyond the wall, so... Oh, you can interact with the bank. Look at that. That's fancy. I did not know that. Okay. Let me get out of here. All right. And I will conclude our visit here in this beautiful crafting area down here. Let me down. I will exit and open the door to the lobby, and you can magically exit. Thank you for joining me on our tour.